One of your most notable accomplishments is that you had over 10,000 consecutive snacks.
Yeah, if you saw any pictures of me when I was playing, I think I probably had more than 10,000 consecutive snacks. And most of those snacks
I didn't mean
were
to
very
say snacks.
high
I'm
calories.
Sorry. You had a no-brainer Hall of Fame career, but I mean, dare I say, your career could still almost be considered underrated. And I want to explain this for a second. I mean, it's no secret that the Browns struggled during your tenure to secure a franchise quarterback, to which, made your job a whole lot tougher, I can imagine, making your career even more impressive. I know you're probably close with a lot of the quarterbacks who came through Cleveland, but do you ever think about how things could have played out with the top-flight quarterback under center?
Well, like you said, it's not very easy when you don't have a very good team, so you're behind, so you have to throw a lot to catch up, which is exactly what the defense wants. That's what the defensive ends live for, so they can just pin their ears back and rush the quarterback, which just pure pass blocking is the hardest thing that we do as offensive tackles. But also having a quarterback where it's always different. The snap count's different. Where he's going to be is different. How long he holds onto the football is different. They don't get rid of the ball on time. Like that makes your job really hard. But also, not being able to make the playoffs and have that success, I think it's tough on a team year in and year out. And sometimes you're not getting the most out of everybody when you're not playing on a team that feels like they have a chance to win the Super Bowl. So there was definitely some challenges, but I wouldn't change anything about my career. I don't have any regrets, and I'm enormously proud to be able to play all 11 years for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a long list of legends who have played on the offensive line, but I want you to, for me, build the all-time greatest O-line right now.
Okay.
I want to go left to right, and I want you to give me the best to ever play at each position. Putting you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah, so
I'm
going to say left tackle Walter Jones. Can't vote for yourself. It's like student council in fourth grade.
Right.
And then my guards are going to be Larry Allen and I'm going to say Steve Hutchinson. I think that there may be some recency bias there because he recently got into the Hall of Fame, but I love the way he played next to Walter Jones. So I think having those two dudes on the left side, you're not going to go wrong. At center, I'm going to go a little bit of a throwback, Mike Webster, who's a former Badger. He's one of the three Badgers now that I'm in the Hall of Fame. And I think he's Iron Mike, one of the best centers of all time. Right tackles is kind of tricky because I'm trying to think how many right tackles are even in the NFL Hall of Fame, and I can't really think of all that many. So I'm going to, instead of go with a right tackle, I'm going to go with Jonathan Ogden, who is a mountain of a human being. I loved everything about his game. He's one of the greatest offensive linemen of all time. And the only reason I usually put Walter ahead of him is because Walter's like, not that 6'5", 330 running a 4.6 is normal, but compared to 6'9", 360 running a 4.6, that is completely not normal and alien-like. For me, I always felt like I could replicate a little bit more of Walter Jones and what he did technically than what Jonathan Ogden did, which was just superhuman, super freak status.
I mean, talk about a cheat code for an O-line. Jeez,
yeah, no kidding.
All right. Well, I appreciate you doing that, and sorry to put you on the spot there, but I want to talk about the Browns here for a minute. Deshaun Watson enters year 2 with the Browns, and there's obviously so much surrounding that guy on and off the field, but what's your take on how he'll lead this team that clearly has playoff aspirations?
Yeah, I think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I feel like this is the most talented roster that they've had since they came back in 1999. I think Deshaun Watson was rusty last year. He was inconsistent, but that's because he had this huge layoff, almost 2 years, where he hadn't played in the NFL. And I don't care what position you play, especially quarterback, you're going to have a hard time jumping in the middle of a season and playing great football. So the fact that he had an offseason, he had training camp, and he had more than a year now of time getting used to Kevin Stefanski's offense and vice versa, I think is going to really make a difference in how they play and how they perform from week 1 on. And I think the addition of Jim Schwartz on defense is going to make that a really tough defense. So I think you put those things together and the sky's the limit right now for the Cleveland Browns.
Finally, you're going to become just the 7th modern era offensive tackle in NFL history to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame on your first year of eligibility. Whew, that's a mouthful. Talk about that honor and the emotions you have, building up for that.
Yeah, it's incredible thinking that I'll be in the NFL Hall of Fame officially. I'll be up on stage. I'll have my gold jacket, my Hall of Fame ring, and my Hall of Fame bust will be unveiled to all of Browns Nation and all of NFL fans. And it's just so humbling. And I hope that I get an opportunity when I'm up there to convey how much gratitude I have for the opportunities that I've had and for the people that were instrumental in taking me through my journey to the NFL Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. One of your fellow 2023 inductees is DeMarcus Ware. You once said that he was one of the best linebackers you've ever faced, and that was back in 2017 when you said that. So talk about the emotions going in with him and what made him such a special player for you.
Yeah, so of the modern era candidates, I'm the only offensive one. And it's cool to me because all those dudes on defense, I actually played against every single one of them. Obviously, some of them I had more snaps than others, like me and Rondé. I don't know if we ever tangled because he was a cornerback. But we were on the field together. I played against Zach Thomas my rookie season. Darrelle Revis, he was in my draft class, played the Jets a bunch of times. But DeMarcus Ware, that's the one that that one really sticks out. That one's very special to me because of the challenges that he posed to me and how he made me better when I was out there, because I had to raise my game above anything that I'd ever touched before if I wanted to even hold his jock when he was out there. I mean, he was just such an incredible player with his explosion off the ball, his power in his hands, his ability to close to the quarterback. I mean, he was going to eat your lunch if you gave him even just a little bit of an inch on that field.
Hey, sports fans, if you want to see more conversations with athletes and stars, check out these videos right here and be sure to subscribe for more from USA Today Sports.